Hey everybody, welcome to Thirsty Thursdays with a Therapist. I'm continuing the dialogue that we were having the last Thirsty Thursdays regarding therapy. How do you know you need it? How do you know you benefit from it? What are some signs? I busted some myths. Today I want to continue that dialogue because we're at a point, if you've decided you want to do therapy, you want to try this out, you need to now find the right therapist. You got to find a good fit. Every therapist is not going to be good for everybody, including me. And so I am actually quite boggled sometimes when I get calls from people and they don't know anything about me. They don't know who to work with. They may be requesting child therapy, and I'm like, I don't do child therapy. They sometimes will lead with, well, your office is really close to my job, or the times that you have available like work best for me. Those sort of things, I'm not saying that they're not important. Sure, yes, location, convenience, like yes, all that's got to sync up. And I know that that can be difficult to do with all the things that we're busy with. But I think to simply lead with that and stop there is not enough. Just because you're a therapist doesn't mean that you are a fit for everybody. It's like saying, hey, I'm having heart issues, but I'm going to go to this brain surgeon because he went to medical school. It's like, no, you wouldn't do that. So let's stop putting our mental health and the health of our relationships on the back burner and treat it like it's a medical, physical condition. That's number one. Number two, just kind of harping on everyone's not a fit. You've got to feel that connection. You've got to feel that vibe, right? On top of wanting to make sure that the person that you're working with or considering working with has had experience working in around the concern that you are experiencing. Sure, that's important, but also personality, tone, flow, vibe, the way that they work. Some therapists are very structured and they do what's called cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's a very different flow from someone who has maybe a very different or more eclectic style. And everything doesn't work for everyone, but I think kind of having a sense, you can get a sense of that, maybe a sense of that on a consultation, which is why I often really encourage people to ask therapists if they do consultations, if you don't see it on their website or wherever you come to find them, and to not just simply show up, because it's the worst thing ever it's not the worst thing ever, but it can be really disappointing, especially if it's taken you a while to get in the door, to sit on that couch, to be vulnerable, to, really open up to someone who's pretty much a stranger, and then come to find out, oh, you don't work with couples. You've never worked with a couple before. You know what I mean? So like asking those questions and making that really a priority in your search. I think of it kind of like dating, honestly. It's like, I'm sure you've been in a situation where you were on the app, so you met someone online, you're chatting, it's flowing, you're like, yeah, we have so much in common, he has everything I'm looking for, I feel like this could be a fit, the banter is really great, we're texting, or maybe we even are on the phone and we're like on the phone for hours, and then you meet the person in person and it's like, oh, hell no. And usually you know that in a couple of seconds. You could get that out of the way by jumping on this console, which is why I say get on the phone if the therapist does that. I know some therapists don't. So I guess I want to normalize this a bit because I know it's not easy. I know that I'm making it seem so easy, and I know a lot of things have to line up in terms of availability, in terms of fee or insurance or location, and then specialization. There's so many different pieces that have to fit. I know it's a process, right? But I don't. The thing is I don't want people to maybe go and see a therapist. Maybe you're feeling like, okay, this is going to be a fit, and you go in and after so many sessions you're feeling like, I don't think we're a fit to work together, or maybe the therapist even leads with that. I've done that myself, and you feel frustrated and say, you know what, F it, I'm done with therapy, it didn't work, it's not my thing. No, that just wasn't the right person for you, and that's okay. So I just really want to encourage you, if you go in with intention and you know what it is that might vibe well with you, and you can lead with those questions. Have your questions written out so that when you do get on that consultation or you're in that initial session, you make sure you get those answered. Sometimes we go to the doctor and we have all these questions that we're going to ask, and then we forget some of them because we didn't write them down. So I'm a fan of like writing it down and making sure that you get those answered. And a fan of doing the consult to just get a better feel of what might be happening, and to not give up if that first call or that first session or those 3 sessions you're not quite feeling like, oh, this is it. Also, it does take some time to, even if it is a good fit, it can take some time for that to come to light. It can be nerve wracking. You're coming into a vulnerable space with someone that you don't know, essentially. And so it's a lot. I want to have compassion for that, and I don't want to make it seem like it's that easy. But today I just really wanted to hone in on finding the right therapist. It's not just about finding a therapist. So, and make sure you go on their website too. That's another thing. Like do some research. Would you just go to a job interview? Are you just applying to everything that says hiring? No. Why would you do that with your own mental health? Why would you do that? Stop it. Don't do it anymore. All right. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to continue talking about this. I'm going to kind of build on this in the next Thirsty Thursdays and talking about therapy and how it can be useful to you and how you can make the journey a bit easier upon taking that step. So I'll see you guys next time on Thirsty Thursdays with a therapist.